Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you guys go ahead and like the video. Now, I started with a story in which I was telling you guys what was going on with regards to Quad's boyfriend King, and of course he was sued for the stolen Rolls Royce. And the reason why I classify it as stolen is because that is what the owner classified it as. If you guys recall, in the complaint, it stated that King did not have authority to even have the car. He didn't even have authority. Well, it looks like they have finally went back to court and they are ironing out how much these people are going to have to pay. Now, if you guys remember in the complaint, they actually wanted them to pay 3 times the amount. So let's get into, guys, what has transpired this far.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Now, if y'all can see, I got my hair wrapped in, honey. My hair is a mess. I took those braids out, so just swooped it back in the ponytail. But anyways, I wanted to keep you guys up to date with what is going on here because I'm the one that actually started. You know, I was the one that told you guys about it. So wanted to keep up with everything that is going on. Now, they did go back to court on the 26th, I believe. Now, if you guys remember, there was a lawsuit. Then we went over the complaint, in which the complaint basically said that Curry, the guy with the beige suit, basically leased this car. After he rented it and leased it, he signed that he would not rent it to anyone because it wasn't his to rent. He rented it, then brought it back, leased it out to, or whatever him and King was doing, because the owner said that him and King run some kind of business, but you can't rent a car and then come back and rent it out to somebody else. That's not what business owners do. But anywho, this man's car was stolen. Not only was his car stolen, he didn't get paid. Now, if you guys recall in the complaint that I read, this is all in the complaint. They admitted to this. They admitted to pretty much everything. King admitted to having the car, knowing he wasn't supposed to. He admitted to renting it out. So it's pretty much a done deal here. So if you guys recall what the judge said, and I had mentioned it before in a previous video, is you guys don't refute anything. So in all actuality, they did not have a jury trial, because a jury trial is when you disagree, but there was no disagreement about the facts of this case, okay? There was no disagreement, okay? So although they may say that they didn't have anything to do with this vehicle being stolen, go back and watch my last video. The way the judge read it is pretty much the only difference in what they did is they rented it, because they pretty much classified them as criminals, is pretty much what they did. But without further ado, I want to get into, let's see here, guys. I want to get into these documents because, like I said, I wanted to kind of keep you guys up to date. And this is an update. So, excuse me, give me a moment here. Okay. So I was wrong. It was the 25th. I knew it was the 26th, 25th, or something like that. So they went back to court on the 25th of March, only a few days ago. As you guys can see, we have Carlton Sr., Carlton, and you guys can see we have King's name on there, his business, and some lady by the name of Janiqua, who just is somewhere, don't want to be found, which is very skeptical that allegedly she was rented a car and somebody stole it. But this lady never came forth to say, hey, you know, in fact, she said she got so drunk that she left the keys unlocked with the, she left the door unlocked with the keys in there, which is giving crazy, because who does that? Now, what you guys are looking at is an affidavit from the owner's attorney. Now, in this particular affidavit, what this attorney is saying, she is an attorney. She is licensed in the state of Georgia. She says she is the owner of Rogers Law Offices. Now, what she's saying in this affidavit is that everything she's saying in here is factual. She says she's over the age of 18, which obviously she's telling you all she is an adult. So what she is submitting is some well, I shouldn't say some. She's submitting the owner's expenses. Keep in mind, the owner had to hire an attorney. I don't know what else goes into, if your car is stolen and the person is not giving you the information to help with with the help with you getting your car back. So I don't know what those expenses are. But let's get into it. She says entries were made to Rogers Law Office's billing records at or near the time that the action occurred. So the action is when this car suddenly just vanished, okay? And the entries were subsequently reviewed for accuracy. So what she's saying is these are the expenses. I know these expenses to be accurate. She said it is the regular practice of Rogers Law Office to make billing records related to legal services performed. And those records were made as a part of and kept in the course of a regularly and ordinarily conducted business activity of Rogers Law. So she's basically saying, here you go, Judge. These are the expenses. We checked it for accuracy, yada, yada, yada. She said plaintiff agreed to pay her hourly rate of $5.50 per hour and my associate's rates, which range from $4.25 to $500 an hour. Yes, I need that job, which are fair and reasonable for the work performed in this case and the years of experience and qualifications of attorneys performing said services. Girl, we don't know what your qualifications is, but if you say your rate is $5.50, sign me up. Okay. Y'all, so what she's saying is she makes $5.50. She got people to help her, honey, and they pay, they rate is $4.25 or, in the $500 range. So again, they are saying this is what we charge folk, is what she's saying. Now, what she's saying is there's an exhibit, and it is Exhibit A, and in that summary, you will see the Rogers Law Office's billing records for the work performed related to pursuing the claims against the defendants in this case. Who are the defendants? Carl L. Curry Sr., Carl L. Curry II, with their business Flipping with Carlton LLC, Janiqua Mason, who suddenly vanished with the car, Kurt Andrew King, Quad's man, with his business Atlanta Exotic and Luxury Car Rentals. And if you guys notice, it says, and any other person in possession of the vehicle. They believe that this car is somewhere in the world, okay? Because it is. That's just what they think, okay? So it says, including for conversion damages, which was prepared from the firm's billing records maintained on a daily basis, showing legal fees and time incurred through May 25th, 2025. Those billing records reflect that through May 25th, 2025, attorneys and paralegals with Rogers Law Offices have spent approximately 293.2 hours. 293.2 hours. Y'all can do the math on that, of attorney time related to pursuing the claims against the defendants in the above referenced matter. I just want to look that up, y'all. Let me grab my calculator. Ooh. Y'all, we gotta I'll have to do the math because I just want to know. Okay, so let's just use her rate of the 550. 293.2. Okay, so I'm just gonna say 292 times 550. Oh, Okay. Well, that's about $160,600 just using 293 hours and not, downward deviation if it was the 450 or the 550, because it's still a lot. Okay, so about $160,600 in attorney's fees is what this is looking like, with $293. I'm sorry, dollars. 293 hours, point two of attorney time related to pursuing this case against the defendants. Okay. She said, my hourly rates and the rate of the other attorneys of Rogers Law Offices is also reasonable, and they commensurate with their level of experience and education. The $145,437 in attorney's fees and $4,519.93 in expenses through May 25th, 2025. That was actually incurred in pursuing and defending claims in this case is both reasonable and necessary. So I had 160, 600 because I just used her rate, but apparently, her colleagues jumped in for a few hours, honey, because it's still about the same, which means she did the bulk of the work. Well, at least that's what she's saying. This is to certify that I have this date served a true and correct copy of the within and foregoing affidavit of Beth E. Rogers. This is Beth. She's writing this upon the following by filing it via the court's e-file Georgia system and by having a copy of same placed in the United States mail with sufficient postage affixed thereto and properly addressed. So all of these people are attorneys. Now, I know Orlando is the one that was going to come up, and he is the attorney for Curry. Now, it looks like this is King's attorney, Jeffrey M. Barnes, and then the attorney for 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐿𝐫, which is there as well. But where in the hell is 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐿? Okay. So this is, let me see how many exhibits. Is this just exhibit? Okay, so let's go back up. I just want to scroll down for a bit. So this is what we're going to do, because I'm not going to read all of this. So what you guys are seeing is this is called a ledger. Yes, this is a ledger. So what the ledger is this is the work that they did, and this is a breakdown of their work. So if you guys remember on this page, she said it was $145,437 in attorney fees and $4,519.93 in expenses. Now, this is the ledger. So this ledger is going to give that exact number. And let's just look at the first one. It says user. This must be someone at her law firm. Jaquee Hartley. This must, again, somebody that works for her, I'm assuming. Revise appraisal, draft attorney fee, draft damages, outlining research, same. So again, this is a ledger. This is giving the judge a breakdown of their fees. Now, I just wanted to kind of go over this because as you guys can see, as I told you, the bottom line is that $145,437. And then she said the $4,519.93 in expenses. So this is the ledger. This is the breakdown of her charges. Now, for those of you who might not be familiar with lawsuits and how they work, whenever a person wins a judgment against you, or perhaps you win a judgment against someone else and you are suing for monetary damages, there has to be a period where you tell what those damages were. And this is what that period is. So what is going to happen is all of this information is going to be submitted to the judge, in which the judge will determine what that judgment amount is. Now, what they can do with that judgment amount is they can send it to your bank, your employer. You know, if you got a house, they're going to put a lien on it. So all of that is going to come relatively soon once they establish this judgment amount. But just wanted to come back on here and let y'all know what was going on. I didn't want y'all to seem like I wasn't talking about it, because we're not never scared, okay, over here. Okay. So and again, this is public information. Y'all can look it up, so just wanted to kind of let y'all know. Now, once the final number is released, I will definitely come back on here and share it with you guys. But it is real. It is a real case. You can Google, well, you can't, well, I don't know if you can Google it, but if you go, actually, let me show you where you can find it. I will be so kind to show you where you can go and find it for yourself. But you're going to have to create you an account, because I'm not sure if you can, I don't know if you can see it if you don't, create an account. But this is where you can start. If you want to look, you just go right here. You go right here to Fulton County. Is it Superior Court? Where did it take me? Yeah, it's Fulton County Superior Court. And let's see. I think you go civil e-filing. Is that it? I think so. I don't know. It'd be taking me a minute, but you go to, let me go back, y'all, because let's go back. But I believe I know, you know what? I think I have it saved in my favorites. Let me just see. But I'd be a little confused sometime. But I think you go Fulton County Superior. I think that's it. But yeah, y'all kind of get it. You go here and let's see. Can y'all still see? Yeah, you can see. So I think you go after that. I think you go here. I don't remember, but you go, I think it's here. Yep. And then see me, if I click right there, I can sign in to my account. So hopefully, if y'all want to go ahead and, look this up yourself, you most definitely can. It is public record. So this, unfortunately, if you get sued by somebody, it is public record. So all your business is out there. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Again, once this comes out, I will come on here and let you guys know what the final number is, because although the attorney fees is somewhere around $150,000, there is still the price for the car, and whatever other fees that will be associated. Again, I don't know what other fees will be associated with the car other than the car itself. So y'all let me know what y'all think in those comments. Talk to y'all